In this video we will look at belt alignment and belt tension for the RSTech belt drive kit for the Royal Enfieid Super Meteor 650. In the last video we went through the tools required and the time needed to fit the belt drive as well as the 10 steps in detail. If you haven't seen that video yet, you can watch it by pressing this link now. And to be honest, there was a bit of resistance about step 7, removing the rear swing arm, and some of you clever people out there have found a way of not removing the swing arm, which is by just lowering the rear swing arm by disconnecting the rear suspension. And by doing this, there's just enough room to remove the chain and squeeze the new belt through without removing the plastic swing arm chain guard. The choice, of course, is yours. So you've achieved step 10, the bike is back together, the back wheel is on, and you've got your belt drive fitted. What it needs now, first of all, is alignment and then tension. And here we go. For longevity of the belt, these steps are very important. To save time, we pretty much need to use the chain tensioners to make the axle 6 mm from the rear fully tensioned position. Even though it looks fully tensioned in this shot, it is not. It's just because of the washer, and behind that you have got about 5 or 6 mm of tension left. More than enough for a Gates poly chain carbon GT belt that will not stretch. All the alignment happens on the rear wheel. The front sprocket is fixed to the engine, it's non-changeable. Everything happens on the rear. The factory alignment marks on the chain adjusters are not accurate enough for this job, but we can use them as a rough indication of proper alignment. And then after that we can use a laser or a cord, a piece of string, or a flat metal edge to align the pulleys. At this early stage we can also guess the tension of the belt. If we can twist the belt more than 45 degrees, then the belt is not tight enough. We need to tension more. If the belt cannot be turned more than 45 degrees, then the belt is too tight. And then by spinning the rear wheel forwards and backwards, we can see if the pulleys are aligned or not. If the pulleys are aligned, the belt will stay about 1 mm off the rear sprocket flange. If not, as you spin the wheel forwards and backwards, you will see the belt moving left and right. This indicates what tension needs to be done on which side, and only minute adjustments are needed. And now at last we're ready to check the accurate belt tension with the belt tension gauge.
We need to set the belt tension using a tool. This is just a simple generic tool. They're made by lots of people. This is a Harley-Davidson one. Looks awfully the same. I've had since 1985. We're going to use this one because this is Teacher T's new tool.
We did this about 5 times before we got it right, and here is an example of too tight and what to do about it. We'll go forward, we need to untighten it a little bit more, and then slacken off the chain adjusters a fraction, and then hit the wheel with a rubber or nylon hammer to make it go forward. Bearing in mind the same small adjustment needs to be done on both sides to keep the wheel and pulley alignment. And the rear axle nut needs to be re-tightened, but again not fully at this stage. It was quite interesting at the end of the day to compare my original sprocket on the right against a new one on the left. The chain probably needs replacing before long, and therefore I would have to replace the sprockets at the same time anyway, as they should be changed together as a system. End of a school day, sweltering hot today, absolutely sweltering, and we're back on the bike, about 500 kilometers on the belt drive now, and a couple of things that I'm noticing. A, the bike corners so much better for me because the engine's got such a good braking, the engine braking. I don't get the chain snatch when I'm engine braking around the corners, so I've got much more confidence to corner around the corners, and you can just minutely control your speed around the corners with the engine braking. So it's really good, really good. And one thing I've also noticed is my MPG or kilometers per litre is getting better also. So here's the belt drive. Like I say, it's about 500 kilometers on the bike now. The blue is starting to wear off the belt, that's normal. And I've still got about 1mm gap off of the flange of the rear wheel. And for those of you like me wondering what stops the belt coming off this side, it's because it's got opposite flanges with the two pulleys, so it's impossible for the belt to come off. I will try and push the belt off here now, just to show you, because it will move with a bit of pressure. There, so the belt is starting to push towards the outside if I do that. But as soon as I turn the bike, either direction, the belt will actually reset itself back in alignment. And there we go, about 1mm gap. So it will never come off. There's not that much tension that the belt can't be moved. I can physically move it. And all you have to do occasionally is give it the 45-degree twist. If you can twist it at 45 degrees, everything is fine. More than 45 degrees, the belt is too loose. Less than 45 degrees, the belt is too tight. So pretty simple. And like I say, about 500 kilometers in now, and it's performing extremely well. Really good. Really loving it. And the other thing is, the bike's cleaner. I've even had time to clean my rubber mess off from my boots from the exhaust. I never normally get time to do that. I'm too busy cleaning oil off the bike. And now I don't have to. So I hope my last couple of videos have helped you to fit your belt drive kit. I will do a review after I get some decent mileage on the bike, but I've already done a review on Robert's Interceptor 650, which had a belt drive on it that he fitted and designed, and that had over 10,000 kilometers on the belt. So if you want to see that, just press this link now. It would be very much appreciated if you would like this video, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Teacher T. Ride safe and see you in a video soon.